As we await word from SANTACO on their position, we are now able to speak to PUTCO to find out whether buses will be operational. We're joined by Lindokuhle Xulu, who speaks for the organization. Lindokuhle, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Come Monday, will people be able to use PUTCO buses to get to work?
Unfortunately for us, we won't be operating as PUTCO in terms of our bus services. And this comes after we've seen the widespread national shutdown plans from some parties and some unions. So what we are doing as a company is that we've launched a multi-pronged sort of investigation in terms of our risk analysis as well as safety analysis, where we assessed exactly what we are getting for information and also tasked our security team to see if our buses would be safe when we operate. Unfortunately, that report came back for the company, and we've decided that we won't be able to operate because of the intimidations as well as some of the plans to disrupt some services and some road infrastructure.
Lindokuhle, unfortunately, we're not able to hear you. So I think, are you there? Can you hear me?
Sister, yes, I can hear you.
There you are. So I think we lost you as you were telling us about the risk analysis report, having indicated that you picked up some threats.
Yes, we have picked up some threats because you would have seen circulating where some intimidations, particularly to companies who won't be closing down or who won't be suspending their operations. So what we've decided that we do not want to be in a position where we won't be able to protect our commuters as well as guarantee the safety of our staff. So what is going to happen is that we're essentially going to suspend services until such time where we believe that we will be able to operate. So until Tuesday, we won't be operating, that is on Monday.
All right. So the risk analysis report, you relied on the information that you got on social media in terms of the threats that you highlight?
We relied really on our experience as a stakeholder in the country. You would have seen when you have protests that buses and trucks are the ones that become target in terms of the arson that we've seen in the past. So we really wanted to be in a position where we can guarantee the safety of our commuters, we can guarantee the safety of our staff. And the long and short of it is that the investigation came out and said there is likely to be intimidation, there is likely to be disruptions in some of our road networks, and therefore we cannot give that guarantee to some of our staff and work as well as passengers. So that is why we came to a conclusion of saying that if we are uncertain about protecting our people, then we won't be able to operate. And that's really a precautionary measure that we had to take as a company.
Fair enough. And so for those who have bought their tickets for Monday, how does it work? Will they be getting reimbursed?
With our new smart tap system, those who are using it in El Dorado Park and in Soweto, they'll be able to use their trips, so they won't necessarily be losing their trips. But with those that are from the northern regions, they do know that we apply the principle of, holidays. When there is a holiday in between a week, we are able to discount them for that day. So those are the measures that we'll be applying. We have experience in this in terms of applying such a measure, including when we do have a protest action ourselves in-house. So what we're going to do is just to credit them for this week so that they actually have those trips that are due to them to use for another time.
Okay, fair enough. And so the advice for PUTCO users on Monday is to find alternative means of transportation.
Yes, that's true. That's correct to do. We have sent out notices, in fact, to our commuters. We've communicated with passenger structures, and we basically told them that on Monday we won't be operating. We are also receiving calls from employers, basically asking us if this is true or not, and we just want to confirm that we won't be operating on Monday as a precaution to make sure that our staff as well as passengers are safe.
Lindokuhle Xulu speaks for PUTCO. Thank you very much for availing yourself this afternoon. So essentially, if you're a PUTCO user, there will be no buses on Monday. You are being advised to find or seek alternative means of getting to work. We are also petitioning for SANTACO to get an official position from them. You remember yesterday the president of the Red Berets, Julius Malema, indicating that he was going to have a meeting with SANTACO yesterday as a matter of courtesy to let them know that the party will be embarking on that shutdown on Monday.